What is good, everybody? It's your boy Fat Ninja 2000 here, and I am bringing you guys back another video. So, um, I need to vent out a few things about Rainbow and what happened last Saturday. I was gonna do the video earlier, but I never got around to it. I forgot. I have a very forgetful mind, and it sucks. Don't be like me, kids. Remember, uh, stay in school, don't do drugs, or however it goes. I don't fucking know. Stay in drugs, don't do school. I don't know. But anyway, um, so last Saturday we did a tournament. Me and my friends did, and it was for money. And we were gonna. The first team we went up against was the esports team. And these guys, one of them was like champion. Some like one was diamond, and like a few of them were like plat. I really don't remember. But in the tournament, the rules were you were not allowed to use mouse and key. And suspicions were that they were using mouse and keyboard, and I have proof of it, and if I can, I will show you guys the video of that. But and we showed it to the admins, and the admin said that we didn't have enough proof, even though my friend live streamed the whole thing, and I had a few clips from it that was from my point of view what happened. But what's irritating about the whole situation is that there wasn't enough proof, and I felt like that the admins kind of sided with them more than us. And the thing is that you can tell a PC player from a controller player any day. I don't know why people have a hard time doing that. And the reason why you can tell a PC player from a controller player is that, in the video that you guys are watching, you can see I'm not, it's hard for a controller player to snap all the time like these guys did. And the reason for it is because, if you think about it, we're on controller, we're using our right joystick to look around, and our right joystick is basically a sensor. So, if we move our right joystick a little too much, we can fucking go over a little too far, or if we do it too less, we can go, a little too not too far. And we have to make small adjustments for our aim and everything. And a lot of people, could say, you can raise down your sensitivity, ADS or whatever. Yeah, that is true. But still, you wouldn't be able to, react fast enough if you're aiming into somebody that is near you or whatever. Maybe to like one person, but there's another guy, then you're kind of screwed. Well, and on PC, you're on a mouse and keyboard. When you're using your mouse, all you gotta do is that you just gotta move your hand around wherever you want it. You can put it perfectly, and you won't have that issue. You can snap to people. And if you go on YouTube and you look up, champions on PS4 or whatever that use actual controllers, you can see that they are not snapping 100% of the time. Here and there or whatever. But, it's not consistent like these guys were. And, and if you go to PC and if you look at players like that, they snap onto people's heads. And that's just kind of, that's my evidence for the video that I had. But it was just irritating. And, for them, to say that they weren't. And the dude sent a picture. And you can even see the mouse and keyboard in the background of the TV. But, it's whatever. It was last Saturday. We have plenty more tournaments to come. I was going to live stream it, but my live stream, for some odd reason, it didn't want to work or whatever. So I might try to live stream this Saturday, if possible, if my, stuff works out. But I wanted to, rant about that. And if I can, like I said, I will put the clips of it, and showing you. But, like, you can tell, there's a huge advantage over PC to console players on Rainbow. And I mean, one thing that I don't really like about, on Rainbow is that if you buy an adapter and you have a good mouse and keyboard and you hook it up where you're playing Rainbow on console, it's over for the people using controller. And like for some cases, a lot of people are not good with mouse and keyboard, but they just want to play it, just, to see how it's like or whatever. And there's some very good console players on Rainbow. Obviously, I'm not really one of the good ones like how I am in Call of Duty. But I'm trying to better myself in Rainbow. I think I'm getting a little better. I mean, I have the games where I don't do too good, and I have the games where I do great. It's like my 50-50 game. But I've been trying to play ranked a little bit more, and I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. I'm trying to learn out new things, what I can do and what I can't do, and I just feel like this needs to be addressed. And like I said before, I'm a low YouTuber. A lot of people ain't gonna watch me, and then when people do come across this video and they find this video interesting and they find what I'm saying, if they agree with me, then I mean maybe something could happen. And then another thing I would like to address is that Ubisoft said that they're only making changes because of the Pro League players. They said they're going to listen to players that are not in Pro League, like the players that play ranked, unranked, the casual players, I guess you can say. They're going to listen to us as well, but mostly the Pro League players. And while I kind of have an issue with that too, because, I understand, the Pro League players are playing, their game competitively, and they play differently from us, and I just like stuttered 100 times. I apologize. But it's irritating because I mean, as a gaming community, I think we should all have the decisions on what should be nerfed and what should be buffed. And one of the things is that like Jaeger is supposedly going to be getting a nerf to where he's going to be a 2-speed now instead of a 3-speed. And they did that to Capcan, where Capcan was a 3 armor and he was a 1-speed and he was slow, and they made him a 2-speed, which that made him better. He can get around the map quicker. But by the time Capcan is done putting down all of his entry denials and reinforcements, the round's already started, and basically there's no choice for a Capcan to anchor. I mean, that could work for Jaeger, but the difference is that Jaeger only has 3 ADSs he can put down. He can put down 2 reinforcements and 3 ADSs, and he can roam still. I think what would nerf him is that they took away one of his ADSs, because we have Wilmai in the game, and Wilmai is, in my opinion, just as good as Jaeger if you know how to play Wilmai right. I mean, he's got access to the AUG, and he's got access to the MP5 or whatever. But, I mean, I think Wilmai needs to have a little bit more love, because if you play Wilmai the right way, you can honestly throw attackers off guard. And, that's something that, attackers won't be expecting. And I feel like, though, as to that most of the maps and everything are on defender-sided. And, like, if you're defending first, you're going to probably win all 3 rounds if you know how to hold it down. And I think attacking needs to have a ground to where, attacking needs to have a little bit more love than defending. Because right now, they want to try to make it close to 50-50 with attacking and defending. But it's more like, defending is winning like, good portion of the games, and attacking is losing, most of it. And unless you know how to attack really well and you have strats. Now, me, I'm trying to figure out strats with my friends and stuff like that, what would work best, and that's going to take time. But I would just like to say, I think they need to nerf some of the defenders. I mean, Capcan, he's fine where he's at, because you think about there's 5 people and he gets like, 5, entry denials or whatever, and they don't instant kill you unless you're really low health. And I mean, that's okay with him, but I think getting rid of one of Jaeger's ADSs, that would help out a little bit, because then, attackers can throw a little bit more in. And one thing I do not agree with is that Ying is going to be getting a major buff. Her LMG is going to be getting more damage, and she's going to get one more Candela, and she's going to be getting the smoke. Now, the problem was with smoke before, the reason why they took the smoke away, because a lot of people would throw smoke down, and they would throw her Candelas inside the room, and they would just rush. And having a 4th Candela, that's going to be a little overpowered. I mean, I could see if she was at 3 Candelas, or maybe they took 1 Candela away and gave her 2 smokes, or have her, keep the current loadout she has with the 3 Candelas, but just buff her LMG. It's just, some players, and not some players, what am I talking about? Forget that. I mean, like, so some attackers, they're more overpowered than others. I mean, Ashe is just a fragger, and it's, it's irritating because Ashe has always been the, pretty much I would like to say, the supreme one of, attacking. Because, one speed, no, not one speed, 3 speed, 1 armor, and she can run really fast. But I heard that apparently they're going to be fixing that too, where she's only going to be a 2 speed, 2 armor. So that's going to be, better. Oh, by the way, I really, finesse this cab. Like, watch this, watch. She honestly thinks I come up behind her on the other side. It's funny. But, I want things to be balanced. I really do. And, like I said, I'm not a really good player. I'm not a really bad player. I have map sense. I know what I'm doing. And, I just feel like console needs to get a little bit more love itself. Because, console players, like I said before, we're at a huge disadvantage. And we're not gonna, we're always gonna be that way. And I think players using mouse and keyboard on PlayStation, where they can, have adapter for the mouse and keyboard, I think that's going to be unfair, and I think it shouldn't be in the game. But I mean, I can't really do much about it. I mean, I disagree with it personally. I mean, I think console should just be console. I think you shouldn't have to work around a controller just to try to be good at a game. Now, I wish we could lean without aiming, and that's another, downside to console, is that we can't lean without aiming. Our rounds are slower, unless, somebody's that's been playing, Rainbow ever since it came out, and that knows inside and out with a controller is pretty good. And another thing that I didn't know about, but my friends told me, and kind of noobish to it, but apparently there's a thing called strat packs, which you put on your controller, and it makes your gun shoot faster without any recoil. I feel like now, more playing the game, I feel like there's a lot more, people using mouse and key, and I feel like there's a lot more people, using strat packs. And I just feel like, Ubisoft is not really that strengthened to really do stuff to improve the game. And what I mean by that is that every time when they come out with an update, they'll fix a few things, more things break. There's an issue with the barricades right now, which I heard that they're fixing, that, sometimes when you break it, the barricade, on your screen, the barricade's broken, but the barricade is still there. And like one game, I was playing Capital, and I was playing on Clubhouse, and I shot my bolt through the window, and I was directly on it. Well, the barricade was still there, but it wasn't for me. And I took a lot of damage because of my firebolt. And they just need to fix a lot of things with Rainbow to improve it, which I would like it if they did. Although while I do like Rainbow, and I do like how it's all set up and everything, it's a very different game. It's a unique type of first-person shooter. It's a different approach to gaming, and that's what I like. That's one thing that I definitely like about Rainbow. One I do wish, and this is a problem for like the new COD, and like I'm having a problem with this. I wish there was no fire cap on pistols. And the reason why I say that is because if you pull out your pistol and somebody's got an AR on attacking or even on defending, and they got their actual guns out, your pistol is going to be weaker than your actual gun. There's some pistols that have no recoil and that are really good, but I just wish there was no fire rate cap on pistols, because then it would give people a better chance. If they run out of ammo out of their gun, they can hurry up and switch to their pistol, and they can shoot at how fast they want. I mean, there are some cases where people are so some people are really accurate with the pistol, and they can just totally dominate. And I'm not one of them. I mean, like in the older like Call of Duties, I could do that with the pistol because there's really no fire rate cap on the pistols. You can shoot it really fast, and that gave pistols a little bit of a buff, and it gave people a better chance. But I mean, I really don't know what else to really talk about in this video. It's just I just wanted to go over that really. Um, I will try to get that clip up about the people in the tournament and stuff. But I just want my main thing is right now too. I just want people, like mostly gaming companies, to realize is that it shouldn't be all about Pro League. Yes, I understand why they do things for Pro League, but they need to also listen to the community as a whole. Because I mean, in my opinion, like every gaming community, like GTA 5, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, the whole community is toxic. And like, while I can be toxic too when somebody's being toxic towards me, I mean that's a different story. I mean, but sometimes I just gotta let it go, and I don't know how, cause I just like shit talking sometimes, cause it's funny to hear what people say. Especially when they bring up they can whoop your ass in real life, cause they're over a game. But I think companies should do a poll to where fuck. I keep cussing. I need to stop, man. Need to stop. Companies need to put out like a voting system on like Twitter or whatever. So like, okay, so for instance, should we take Jaeger's ADSs away? One of ADSs, they should have yes and no, and whoever votes more for yes, that will happen. Or if more people vote for no, then that should happen too. Because a lot of these maps are so defender-sided. And it's not fair to, attackers. Because I don't have patience to hold angles. I like to move. I like to move. And that's one thing I gotta work on in this game. But I just, don't like it when defenders are already holding an angle and you come in around the corner and you think no one's there and bam, you just get domed. And I never been the one to, for games to be like, okay, if you shoot somebody in the head once, they're dead. Clearly in this game, it's not always 100%, because you can shoot somebody in the head and they just don't die. And they're, they eat it, and it's just like, looks like Kool-Aid blood all over the place. It makes me mad. And like, some guns, in my opinion, have way more advantages over others. In my personal opinion, the best AR on attacking is probably Jackal's assault rifle, and the reason why I say that is because it's a beam. I use angle grip on it, and two, it has a very fast fire rate and it has a very fast reload time, and it holds 31 bullets. So I mean, it's a very, very good AR, and I heard that apparently the defender operator and the attacker operator already got linked, and I guess the defender, the new defender is gonna have this barbed wire. When you walk through it, it's gonna damage you over time, and it's gonna be immune to melee damage. Now, if that comes out, and that's like that, that's gonna be messed up, because how are attackers supposed to get through it? Unless they literally use more utility that they have just to waste on the defenders. I mean, because if you think about it, barbed wire you can easily destroy by meleeing it, but you're left at a disadvantage because you're looking down and you're meleeing the barbed wire. I normally chuck a grenade at barbed wire. Just don't even cook it, I just chuck it. So that way, I'm not vulnerable. I can still aim down sights and everything while my grenade's ready to go off. And the defender, the gun that Legion has, the one I'm using right now, is going to have ACOG because she's going to be a 3 armor. I don't know how I feel about that, because Legion's gun is very good. But that's all I really wanted to talk about. I really don't know what else to, talk about. But I'm going to see if I can put the video in here. Also, we did win this rank game. But I'm going to leave that out because, I just want this to be me talking about, how Rainbow is right now and how I feel about things. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
But like, I thought I got headshot.
That should have still been a kill. We're going to have to definitely play upstairs.
Due to the wall.
Yeah, you got the guy behind the wall.
No, he was in
Oh
there.
no,
he
you
traded
got
with
yeah,
him.
no.
Dude,
That was a different
that looks so.
Sus.
Yeah, we gotta report him.
Dude, he locked onto me.
It's kind of sus.
Yeah.